What's good, YouTube? Sensational Sincere is here, and I'm back with another Tom Clancy's The Division Vendor Reset video. We're here for May 7th, 2021's Vendor Reset. So let's get right into this and see what we got good for this week. For our first gear items, head over to the base of operations. Here the Dark Zone gear vendor has a converted SMG9 if you like this weapon. And also here we got a large suppressor FDE. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the advanced weaponry vendor, and here we got a Navy MP5N. Also here we got a Scar L. Also here we got a heavy magazine spring. Next here we got a mega rifle suppressor tan. Also here we got a vertical grip. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the special equipment vendor, and here we got a historian. Next here we got a Cassidy. Also here we got a paratrooper SVD. Also here we got a tactical mask with the talent Tenacious. Also here we got an operator pack with the talent Relentless. Also here we got an ankle grip. And also here we got an improved iron sights. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the special blueprints vendor, and here we got a first wave PF45 blueprint with a gear score of 256. We also got a stamina knee pad blueprint with a gear score of 256. Also here we got a firearms gloves blueprint with a gear score of 256. And also here we got an EXP S3 holographic sight tan blueprint with a power level 34. For our next gear items, head over to the cavern. Here the gear vendor has an operator mask with the talent refreshed on there. For our next gear items, head over to Camp Clinton. Here the special equipment vendor, we have a Cassidy. Also here we got a Pecan if you like to run this weapon. Next here we got a tactical Vector 45 ACP. Also here we got a Black Market AK-74. Also here we got a custom M870 MCS. Also here we got an operator mask with the talent Enduring. Next here we have a Gunslinger Vest with the talent Vigorous. Also here we got a tactical pack with the talent Specialized. Next here we got some Spec Ops gloves with the talent Savage. For our next gear items, we're still at Camp Clinton. Head over to the special blueprints vendor, and here we got electronics gloves blueprint with a gear score of 256. We also got an EXP S3 holographic sight tan blueprint with a power level 34. For our next gear items, head over to Madison Stand. Here the gear vendor has an operator mask with the talent Tenacious on there. And also here we got a prototype Firearms Mod. For our next gear items, head over to the last call. Here the weapons vendor has a classic M60. And also here we got a large suppressor FDE. For our next gear items, head over to the Southpaw. Here the gear vendor has an operator vest with the talent Vigorous. For our next gear items, head over to the Firewall. Here the gear vendor has a prototype electronics mod with 258 electronics and 3,191 skill power. For our next gear items, head over to West 39th Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a first wave M1A. Also here we got a Gunslinger Vest with the talent Reckless. Also here we got a prototype stamina mod with 262 stamina and 1% critical hit chance. For our next gear items, head over to West 42nd Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a SASG-12. Also here we got an operator pack with the talent Relentless on there. Next here we got a prototype performance mod with 2% pulse critical hit damage. And also here we got a small grip red. For our next gear items, head over to West 46th Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a tactical Super 90 SBS. And also here we got a Tyrant suppressor. For our next gear items, head over to West 53rd Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has an operator pack with the talent Specialized. For our next gear items, head over to East 64th Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone gear mod vendor has a prototype performance mod with 5% first aid self-heal. For our next gear items, head over to East 61st Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone weapon mod vendor has an extended magazine. For our next gear items, head over to the Park Ave Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone weapons vendor has a tactical UMP45. Also here we got an M870 Express. And next here we got an M700 Tactical. For our next gear items, head over to East 42nd Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a G36C. And also here we got a prototype performance mod with 7.50% turret health. For our next gear items, head over to East 40th Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a military G36. Next here we got a prototype performance mod with 4% mobile cover damage resilience. And also here we got a heavy magazine spring. For our next gear items, head over to East 34th Street checkpoint. Here the Dart Zone vendor has a Model 700. For our next gear items, head over to East 31st Street checkpoint. Here the Dart Zone vendor has a Spec Ops Mask with the Talon Enduring on there. Next here we got a prototype Firearms Mod with 267 firearms and 3% skill haste. And also here we got a heavy magazine spring. For our next gear items, head over to DZ2 Safe Room. Here the Dart Zone gear vendor has a tactical mask with the Talon Tenacious on there. Next here we got a tactical vest with the Talon Reckless. Also here we got an operator pack with the Talon Inventive. And also here we got some Spec Ops gloves with the Talon Savage on there. For our next gear items, head over to DZ3 Safe Room. Here the Dart Zone weapon mod vendor has a G36 Enhanced. For our next gear items, head over to DZ5 Safe Room. Here the Dart Zone weapon mod vendor has a high velocity magazine. Also here we got an SR7 suppressor. Next here we got a small grip. And also here we got a 5.52 hollow sight 10. For our next gear items, head over to DZ8 Safe Room. Here the Dart Zone gear vendor has a Spec Ops Mask with the Talon Refreshed on there. Also here we got a Spec Ops pack with the Talon Relentless. For our next gear items, head over to DZ9 Safe Room. Here the Dart Zone weapon mod vendor has an extended magazine. Also here we got a loud vent brake. Next here we got a rugged mini reflex sight. Alright everybody, that's it for our Tom Clancy's The Division vendor reset video for May 7th, 2021's vendor reset. Hope everybody who tuned into it found them something that they needed. Smash on that sub and like button, y'all. Appreciate that support. Check me out on Twitch and Instagram. I'll be on there every blue moon. And I will see y'all with the next one, everybody. Take care. Peace.